Thursday, 30th of May. You join me in Belgrade, Serbia. Left Sarajevo, Bosnia this morning. One taxi, another taxi, a walk over the border, a train, another bus. We arrived at our Airbnb. The centre of Belgrade. Got the penthouse, views are naughty. Got some viewage, but we have got quite a bit of restriction because of the buildings around us. But I'll tell you outside, we'll start off outside. It's a decent Airbnb. I think Sam's probably best one we probably ever stayed at. 6th, 7th floor. This is the view, this is the balcony. So viewage not great this side, but it's nice that side. Get a nice view to the river. And I'll take you inside. Let's come out from outside, this is the kitchen. That's the entrance. Bedroom. This is like the kitchen, living area.
You booked the Airbnb?
I've already said it. Don't worry about it. I'm not.
Better than anything you've ever booked.
Well, you have a better budget to work with. Thank you very much.
Same budget, thank you.
No, try. As we've discussed, try and find me a £20 per person room.
It's the same, though.
Try
worst budget, if anything.
Try and find me a £20 per night room in an Airbnb in the UK.
I can find this for 20 quid a night in the UK.
Okay,
So
well there's your next challenge.
My Airbnb games are 10.
Shame your actual game isn't a 10. Here's the living room. Lovely. 2 sofas, a wild Sam. Toilet in there. Bathroom in there. Damien, are you clothed?
I put my jeans on.
Okay, I'll have to wait for Damien, he's not clothed. Final bedroom. Nice double for Damien. He's not had a double this trip. So we're treating him.
Thank you.
Right. First things first, we had some dinner, late lunch dinner. We'll call it dinner because.
Why? Because it's 6 PM.
Yeah. Some people have a late lunch.
Not 6 PM.
Depends what time zone you operate on.
Yeah.
Get some dinner. I've barely eaten anything all day, and I'm feeling
We're
like
less than you. We're not learning.
yeah, but I'm like a primed machine, Sam. I need my nutrients and food, my water intake.
Put a WD-40 on your knees and back then.
Optimum performance. Anyway, some dinner. So next scenes will be somewhere in Belgrade, I imagine. Evening, what's going on? So we've had dinner, and now I think we're just like walking down like the main high street, and it definitely feels like a step up from Sarajevo. Just a lot more energy, a lot more busy, and it's like 8:30 now. So definitely notice the difference in terms of, I feel like we may have finished with my favourite place last. Just a little bit of energy, people, vibes, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just good to be around. Alright, I'm going to keep walking. Afternoon. First full day in Belgrade, so slowly got up this morning. Just very drained, very tired. I think it's a combination of yesterday taking it out of me, just a long travel day, and not feel too great, but I feel a bit better now, so out and about. So first stop today is Temple of Saint Sava, which is right behind me, in front of me. I want to show it because it looks really cool. Let me turn you around. It's a bit sort of rainy, so I don't know how clear that is on camera, but quite impressive, I must say so myself. Very impressive. Very nice design. With more than 3,000 square metres of floor area and a height of 79 metres, including the cross, it is one of the largest Orthodox churches in the world and the largest one in the Balkans. The cathedral, named after Saint Sava, one of Serbia's greatest saints and enlighteners, was built on the site where the remains of Saint Sava were desecrated by the Ottoman conquerors. The construction of the cathedral began in 1935 but was postponed when World War II broke out. The cathedral was officially opened to the public and worshippers in 2004, although work on the interior continued. Right, 45 minutes to an hour later from our previous stop, we are on the foothills of Mount Ivala. So Mount Ivala, it has like a viewing platform on the outskirts of Belgrade. So, gonna go and basically walk up the mountain. It's not, I wouldn't say mountain, it's not a proper one, it's all paved. And we're gonna basically walk up and get to the top, that's the plan. So next scenes will be at the top, hopefully not too long, about 25-minute walk I believe from the base to the top, so see you in about 25 minutes, half an hour. And we have arrived, Mount Ivala, that's A-V-A-L-A, 122 metres high, meant to give panoramic views of the surrounding area. However, I'm not sure on today because of how how overcast it is and gloomy. So don't know if we're going to go up. I'm just not sure. Not sure it's worth it. Anyway, let's go and have a gander, see what it's about, see if I actually get in, because the tunnel looks a bit empty. So, right, see you shortly. Right, our tower done. I'm not going to go up it because there just isn't much to see. The focal point is this tower, so there's no point kind of going up it. Just a lot of greenery. So we're going to head back into Belgrade. So it's going to be bus an hour, and then yeah, go there and then see what to. Possibly a museum, possibly a park, I think museum. So catch you guys back in Belgrade. Right, slight detour to the Red Star Stadium. Red Star Belgrade Stadium. We're just having a little bit of a nosy. I think probably the most famous club in Serbia. Maybe Partizan Belgrade, maybe. But we're just having a wander. We're not.
Star won the Champions League.
Have they? I don't think they have, you know. I'm not sure. I don't think they have. I think they've made semis.
You can fact check me.
Okay,
You know more about semis.
But this is the stadium. It's not that impressive, but I'll show you. It doesn't look that imposing. It very much looks like, I don't know, it's just not that imposing really. We're gonna have a bit of a wander.
Best ending to the season ever. It actually was as well, you know.
So just leaving the stadium now, but if you look behind me, so the stadium's there behind me. If you look behind me, you can see the church, cathedral I was at this morning. Just kind of like massive imposing building. You don't realise how big it is. Very huge, stands out from miles away. We're not quite, maybe 5 kilometres away, I think. Not the closest, but really does stand out. Fantastic. Here looks like Red Star Belgrade training ground, I think, possible. Tanks in that photo.
First person to say that. What do you think of winning the fight?
I don't know, tough one. Tough one. I think you've got the edge. Like full body rowing workouts.
Well, that's it. You laugh.
Once a week.
You weren't laughing going up that hill on the disabled route, were you?
Well, no, that's more because my knees. So it's not because my cardiovascular fitness.
You must be the first person to go up that mountain via a wheelchair ramp.
Well, can I just also make note? How often are me and Damien waiting for you?
When it really counted,
What?
he was waiting for you.
That didn't really count. Wasn't we? Competition.
That was actually a test of endurance rather than a casual stroll.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry you have a slightly quicker walking pace on a casual stroll when no effort is needed.
You can't even keep up then. You can't even keep up then, so.
As soon as it gets tough, it drops off.
Final stop of the day. This is called Taz Park, or also known as Majden Park. Mouthful. So just gonna have a wander through here, and basically make my way that way towards to the Airbnb. Yeah, beautiful day. It's got a nicer way to finish the day. It's been a good day. Done a lot today, all things considered, considering the latest get up there. Right, let's keep walking. Right, back in the Airbnb, just getting dressed, heading out for dinner, and then maybe a few drinks, see where the night takes us. So I think the last time I saw these guys was just before the Nikola Tesla Museum. How was it?
It was pretty good, yeah. It was a small museum.
Shopping.
Okay, thank you. That was a pun. Created the AC electrical system. They also created the underlying software that like wireless was based on, or it wasn't developed in his lifetime because he got all the funding pulled by JP Morgan. It was pretty good, pretty small. We had like, so I don't think he really had anything to do with Belgrade. It's just that when he died, all his personal stuff was sent back to a relative who did live in Belgrade.
Read that Wikipedia.
What?
Read that Wikipedia.
So he was
actually, I think his nephew?
He was born
maybe?
in what was now Croatia,
yeah.
But at the time it was all one country. But they got his ashes in there, which was quite cool.
His resting place is it in the actual museum?
Yeah, his ashes are in there.
Oh, okay.
But see it on my YouTube channel.
Yeah. At the Sambol
Like, comment, subscribe.
And don't follow this channel.
Don't unfollow this channel, yeah. We watched a 15-minute video about him, had a look around like the stuff they've got from his personal collection, and they did a few electrical experiments with us. So one was like, it was this egg they put in a thing and it was like spinning around and it would just stay up because of something to do with electricity. And then they had this thing, I'm not explaining it very well, it's sort of, you can tell a lot of it went over my head, but they had this thing where Damien and a few other people holding like these light things, and press this thing and everyone's lights would come on because the electricity going into them. And then they had another one where you could touch it and it was like something like 200 volts or something, and it just passed through because of the actual system into the floor, so you got like a little zap in your finger but you didn't get electrocuted. But overall it was pretty decent, I thought.
Yeah. Damien, how was your day in general?
Day in general?
Where does it rank on the trip so far?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's not my first rodeo.
I'd say it ranks quite highly actually. I think we've got a good mix of things to do. We had the tests of endurance and general health, which I thought was very eye-opening indeed, being the mountain we climbed up and all that.
Change your opinion on rowing?
On rowing. I never said it was a bad conditioning thing. Like, I've got no argument with that. I'm just saying it's not a full body workout.
It's just that I think because obviously I do more focus on my calves than Damien. I think it's fair to say, although we both got to the top at the same time, I think I needed less time to recover. I think is that a fair comment? Overall, obviously.
What exactly are you basing that on?
How much you were panting and for how long for?
Yeah,
Hang on a minute, but you don't want to compare it to how I was panting when I was at the top.
You went up the wheelchair ramp.
I didn't go up the wheelchair ramp.
You literally went up a gradient of about 1.
Yeah, I still walked more than you did.
You
in
definitely
meters,
did more
distance-wise.
steps, but there was less intensity.
Okay.
We were going up a steeper slope.
So you're saying are you saying you're fitter than me?
Well, it wasn't put to the test because you didn't.
Well, no, but do you think you're fitter than
You
me?
didn't go above an anvil.
You're avoiding the question there.
I think if we'd both gone up the same route, I think
my knees would have collapsed, so you would have been fitter. Fitter.
How convenient.
Yeah.
How convenient.
How convenient.
So I was the fittest. You might be able to pick up more things and put them down again than me, but what does that mean, really?
Well, that's a good summary of today. For more fitness tips, go and visit Sam's channel. He is the expert on health and fitness.
At the
Sambal, as well as other things. But he's predominantly a fitness channel. You know, the one row a week. You know, that's NHS guidance. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's a nice summary from Damien. And we're gonna head for some dinner. Me and Damien, I think, are gonna head out for a couple of drinks. Sam may join us for a bit and then depart. But I'll pick up with you guys in the morning, I think. So I hope you enjoyed today, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Final full day of our trip, or basically final day of our trip because we get the flight early Sunday morning. So it's going to be a jam-packed day. Parks,
emotional as well.
Yeah, emotional parks and a few little bits. So see you tomorrow. Saturday, final day in Belgrade. Final day of my trip. So we've split off today. So I'm at a park in like the north of the city. It's like 10-15 minute walk from our Airbnb, and then the lads with Sam and Damien have gone to a couple of museums. So I'm at this park called Park Megdam, and you've also got the fortress here as well, the Belgrade Fortress, and you've also got St. Petka Chapel in here as well. So I'm going to have a look at that, and then after I've done that, I'm going to head back to the city, to the south of the city, basically down there. Down there. Spend a second on the park down there. So today's day for parks. So let's go have a walk. Let's go have a wander. So we are here. So just behind me is Tasmanian Park, where I was yesterday. We've just come back because this building here, site of the NATO bombings. So this was the RTS Television Centre, and this was one of the sites that was bombed during the NATO bombings of Belgrade in the 90s. Again, very humbling. It just looks like, you were walking past it, you were unaware, it just looks like a building that needs sort of renovating, but according to what I've been told, what I've read, they've just kind of kept it as a bit of a memorial. But it's quite sad. rambling. Anyway, on to the next stop for today. Heading to a place called Ad Cigarija. Horrendous pronunciation. It's basically like a little island with a park. So gonna have a wander. Catch you about half an hour. How are we doing? Bit of a nightmare getting here, but we are here. This is Ciganria. It's like a small island, just on the outskirts of Belgrade, so I had to get a bus here. Bit of a nightmare. It's basically just wait for a few buses and couldn't get there, but just didn't arrive, so bit of a nightmare getting it, but we made it. Yeah, it's nice. It's like some rowing competition going on. And then we're just going to head over there somewhere and just have a bit of a wander. It's basically like a massive park with lots going on, so, or bits and bobs going on, so just going to have a wander, take it all in. The other side of the park, and we're here, just basically like loads of like restaurants, houses maybe, bars, along the river. It just, well, there's not much else to see. Back at the Airbnb, we're united with Sam and Damien. What have we got to today?
So we went to the museum. Well, first we got a coffee actually, and then we went to the Museum of Yugoslavia, which was quite interesting. It wasn't the best museum. There was some interesting stuff, but I think in terms of the history of Yugoslavia, they could have included a lot more. I don't know if they haven't because it's still quite divisive even now, depending on where you lie on the political spectrum as to how you interpret it. Because a lot of it was kind of like, here's some artefacts, but not really telling you loads about them other than what they are. And then I don't know if they're doing that so you can draw your own conclusions. But inside the museum, they had Tito's mausoleum, and that was excellent. It was a very well put together mausoleum. So that was actually where he was taken when he died, and they built the museum around it. But that was really interesting. So there was one point we were at the mausoleum, and these three people came up with flowers and placed them on the tombstone, like the grave. Then all three of them bowed and then saluted one by one before they left, which you wouldn't have expected for a dictator that died 40 years ago, but obviously he's still got somewhat of a following there, so that was really interesting to see. Then we went to see a church in the park you went to.
St. Peter's Church.
Yeah, so it was probably like the second nicest church. It wasn't as good as the other one, but it was nice. So it was that park, I can't remember the name of it, but the park you went back to.
Tasmanian, but
that's it, yeah.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah. There was a wedding going on.
Yeah, there was, yeah. Oh, so we must have been quite close to each other.
Yeah, it must have been.
Oh, just missed you. But anyway, so we went and looked at the church, had a look around the park, tried to look for the bombed out building, and couldn't find it.
Just didn't look hard enough.
Obviously not. But so we had a map from our tour guide yesterday, and we basically went to where the building was on the map,
right?
And it wasn't there. And I don't know if the map was just kind of like, it's this general area, but we didn't see it. And we went to another district that had been recommended by the tour guide, which was absolutely rubbish. There was just like nothing there. I don't know why he recommended it. It was just like quite a grotty part of Belgrade. So we were there for like, and it was raining as well at that point. So we were there for like half an hour, and then we got the bus back. And just before we went as well, we went to the Hotel Moscow, or Moscow, I think it's called, but it's just Moscow. It's quite a famous hotel where like a lot of famous people have stayed, including Albert Einstein. But there's a popular Serbian dessert, like this cake thing, and that was invented by a chef at that hotel. And they're the only ones with the original recipe, apparently. So if you want the original one, you have to go to that hotel. And we had it was quite nice. It's nothing to write home about, but it was a nice dessert. It was quite a nice atmosphere. You'll see it on the video, or on my video anyway, at Istanbul. But it was quite a nice atmosphere there. It was quite a nice sort of outdoor area. So yeah, so then we went to the rubbish district. Then we came back and did the National Museum, which was okay, but there was like, the Roman stuff was quite interesting, but there was a lot of stuff where they just kind of glossed over periods of hundreds of years, or they would just be like, right, for example, 18th and 19th century, basically just an art exhibition.
Yeah.
It didn't really tell you anything about what happened to the city in the 18th and 19th century. which is a shame because I'm sure it would have been quite interesting. So I'd say out of about 20 centuries, we sort of have a rough idea what happened in probably 14 of them, but I would have expected to learn about all 20, but maybe that's just me. So yeah, that was our day.
Thoughts, Damien?
Really, an awful lot to add, unfortunately. I did end up finishing my pasta from the other day, if you were dying to know. So that
The viewers would love to know that.
But yeah, I mean, like, there's not an awful lot to add, really.
Yeah.
So
I think the morning was very nice.
Yeah.
Tailed off in the
Tailed
afternoon
off a bit.
when we went to that district and the museum. But we weren't to know. I am slightly annoyed that we missed the bombed out building.
I don't think we've left much unturned in Belgrade.
Apart from that bombed out building.
Right, well.
Sounds like a cut.
Right, we're going to chill for a bit and then head out for some dinner, I think.
Champions League final.
I thought it was tomorrow. I thought it was Sunday night.
Night, yeah.
Okay, maybe that's on the cards. Then maybe head out. We'll see. We kind of went out last night, but I don't know. Just struggling in Belgrade. It's a lot of it's like sit down tables kind of
I've
vibe.
not been to the boats yet.
Boats.
The boat where they turn them into nightclubs.
Yeah, not been there. That might be tonight's job. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, last night was a bit flat.
You have to book a lot of places in advance as well, like
Yeah.
tables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like everyone said Belgrade was good nightlife, but I think what we found last night was incredibly busy. Very much like sit down, meal, drink kind of vibe with random music playing in the background. And you got that, and then you got like clubs. There's no like, you know, if you're in the UK, you can kind of bar hop a bit. Unless of course we haven't found the right areas, which could obviously be a factor. But I have got a few places in mind tonight if we do venture out. So we'll see. But yeah, gonna chill for a bit and then catch up with you guys possibly later. See you in a bit.